Hey, this is Dale from Dalton Union, and we are here today to talk about the release of our new beer, the American Strong 3 Deuce 5. I've got a couple of guys with me here that have been involved with this. We'll introduce them here in a second, but the first thing that I want to say is wow. It's been incredible. The response has been overwhelming. We never expected this at all. We're going to tell you a little bit about the story on how this happened and how it all came together. But the first thing that we want to do is we want to say thank you to you because the response has just been incredible. With me, I've got Mike and Mike. You guys want to introduce yourselves? Tell us who you are and what you did in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. I'm Mike Back, and I was with Weapons Company 325.
I'm Mike Straley, and I was with Lima Company 325, and now Executive Director of the Eyes of Freedom.
So, and Mike Back is also one of our assistant brewers. One day in the brew house, we were brewing beer, and Mike came up and he said, "Hey, I think that it would be great if we got together and did a tribute beer for 325." And he started telling me the story. And Mike, you want to let everyone know what happened next and how this came about?
Yeah. So, talking with Dale, over the last 15 years, I've been trying to find a way to commemorate, our deployment, as 325 as a whole. And when I approached Dale, talking to him about making a tribute beer, it was very important to me and to Mike that this beer have meaning, that it just wasn't just another craft beer that was out there. And Dale really came through on this beer.
So next came the fun part. Mike and I had worked together in a Veterans Day event, correct? Back in November?
Yeah, this last November, had the honor of meeting Dale and learning all about Dalton Union. And I was glad to be roped into this and very glad to be part of it.
So the three of us sat down with our master brewer and a couple of our other brewers, and we started planning this beer out. We decided it made sense to make it an American Strong. We made it with the Liberty hops and the Warrior hops. Designed the beer out, and then I turned it over to these two guys to design the label that you see on the can here. Mike, you want to tell them a little bit about the label and how that came about?
Yeah, so the label itself, it shows it's the 325, 3 Deuce 5 logo. And then on the can, there's also a paragraph on there about the history of 325 and what we're all about. But that's something that when you purchase the beer, you get to read yourself.
So the next thing was to make sure that this beer was just more than a commemorative beer for 325. I mean, that's important in and of itself, but then we wanted to make sure that we were giving back in a way. We worked with Mike with the Eyes of Freedom. Something that's important to the three of us as we've got to know each other better is the silent battle. We all have brothers and sisters that battle the silent battle, and veteran mental health and suicide prevention is something that is key. It's a battle that will go on forever. So we take it very seriously. So, and Mike, Eyes of Freedom has a strong focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, the Eyes of Freedom Memorial has been traveling the whole country, honoring service and sacrifice, all branches, all eras. A couple years back, Anita Miller, the artist and creator of the Eyes of Freedom, bronzed a full-size sculpture called Silent Battle. And now, we have kind of a double-edged mission where we're still honoring service and sacrifice, but at the same time, really trying to bring mental health assistance and resources to our veterans that we're, getting to meet all over the country. So I was, again, glad to put some of those funds towards that effort.
So a portion of this, the proceeds from this beer are going to the Eyes of Freedom and to help fight that battle and help let our fellow veterans know that they're not in this alone, and that's key. So where does that take us now? Where that takes us now is, as I said at the beginning, the response has been incredible, way more than we ever anticipated. We're just a small brewery, and we thought that as fellow breweries that we would be able to put this together. It would be a good way to honor those that we serve with. What it's turned into is something much, much bigger than that. We've had responses from all over the world, as far away as Scotland, all over the U.S., wanting to know how they can get a hold of this beer. Within the first 24 hours, we've had over 20,000 views of the post. So the response has been very, very strong. With that, we have a limited number of cans on this run, which is unfortunate. But so when we when we put the beer on online for sale tomorrow at noon at www.daltonunion.com, there will be a one case limit. If you come into the tap room, we open at 2 o'clock on Friday and 2 o'clock on Saturday. There will be a one case limit per person. It's going to go very, very fast. We don't expect it to last through the weekend. The good news is that we can brew more, and we're going to. We've already talked about that. Next week, we're going to brew quite a bit more, and hope to have it ready for the Weapons Company 15-year reunion, which is at the end of June, and then for a July 4th release. There's also been a request that we do a release for the Marine Corps birthday in November, so we'll probably do that as well. If you do make an online order, again, the website is www.daltonunion.com, and you'll see the beer listed under our products. When you place the order online, if you have somebody else picking it up for you, make sure you put that in the notes, that somebody put their name of the name of the person that's going to pick that up. Outside of that, I think that the biggest message we want to say is thank you for your support. Thank both of you guys. Do you guys have anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't shared so far?
No.
Well, thank you for the outstanding response to this beer, and as always, thank you for supporting us here at Dalton Union. We appreciate you being part of our family.